Good afternoon, friends. I'm Dr. Ajay Shah, bringing this another Facebook Live. Today's topic is how to live 110 years old, healthy, vibrant, and happy. I've done 4 segments on the same topic, so please watch those 4 segments on YouTube. They are available on YouTube. This is segment number 5. I also been doing a weight loss series, and I've done 18 segments on weight loss. So if you are in need of a weight loss, please watch those 18 segments on YouTube. Start with segment 1. I also done few episodes on depression, so please watch those episodes on YouTube. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. So let's get back to the part 5, segment 5 of 110 things to do to live 110 years healthy, vibrant, and happy. I've done until 48 items. This is item number 49. 49 is healthy ketosis. Right now, there is a big talk about getting into ketosis, and ketosis does have benefits, but ketosis should be done in a healthy way. Healthy way of getting into ketosis is by intermittent fasting, where you eat within 8 hours and 16 hours you don't eat in a day. That puts you into glycogen depletion, and that start burning fat, and that gets you into low level ketosis on a daily basis. You can also get into ketosis by water only fasting 24 hours, 48 hours, or even up to 72 hours. Do it obviously under supervision. So getting into ketosis with intermittent fasting, with water only fasting. Also, you can get into ketosis by caloric restriction. You can get into ketosis by regular intense exercise. Those are the healthy way of getting into ketosis. So that's number 49. 49 is getting into healthy ketosis. There is a unhealthy way of getting into ketosis. Not only that's very unhealthy, but that will make you live less. And that's eating a lot of saturated fat, eating very low carbohydrate diet, a lot of animal fat, a lot of animal products. And that's not a healthy way of getting into ketosis. Actually, we have enough proof that people who live 100, 110 years old, they actually are carb dominant food. They actually eat carb dominant food. Obviously, their carb is whole food, plant based, no oil carb, mostly from green vegetables, cooked and raw with water, beans, intact grains, nuts, seeds, and legumes. Those are the way you can get into 65% carb, which I highly recommend to live long and also to lose weight. So that was number 49. Number 50 is uh, prevent cancer by all means. Cancer is a second leading cause of death. So obviously, if you want to live up to 110, prevent the cancer by all means. I already discussed in my previous segments how to prevent heart disease, which is number one killer. But you should also learn how to prevent cancer. I have a YouTube video on how to prevent cancer on my channel, so please watch that video. Essentially, that video will explain you to stay lean, avoid animal products, sleep, exercise, don't drink alcohol, all those things, plus many other things. It's about 25 minutes long on how to prevent cancer. So again, number 50 is prevent cancer by all means. Number 51 is learn what are the top 10 killers and prevent each one of them. Obviously, if you want to live long, you want to avoid the most common killers for any person. Number one, like I said, is heart disease. Number two is cancer. Number three is lung disease. Number four is Alzheimer. Number five is kidney disease. Many other include Alzheimer disease, diabetes, infection, accidents, suicide. All those things we should be prevented. There is a great book by Dr. Michael Greger, How Not to Die. How Not to Die. That book was published about 4 or 5 years ago. One of the best books. Get it on audio book or get a physical copy. You can get a used copy and read that book. And that book actually gets into details of all top 10 killers of person, in particular in America. So read that book and prevent those top 10 killers. Um, Number 52 is prevent metabolic syndrome. Metabolic syndrome is the one when a person develops insulin resistance, triglyceride level in the blood goes up, HDL level goes down, person starts having high blood pressure, waist diameter goes up, and blood sugar starts going up above 100. And those are the criteria for metabolic syndrome if you have 3 out of 5 criteria. So prevent metabolic syndrome by all means. People who have metabolic syndrome, even if they have diabetes or not, are actually at very high risk of premature death. So prevent the metabolic syndrome by all means. The way you can prevent the metabolic syndrome is by maintaining BMI, body mass index, of 22 or below, regular exercise, whole food, plant-based, no oil diet, avoiding animal products as much as possible, avoiding saturated fat, avoiding simple carb, avoiding sugar, avoiding oil, avoiding salt. All those things predispose you to having metabolic syndrome. So prevent the metabolic syndrome by all means. Next thing, number 53 is avoid the night shift as much as possible. People who work night shift on a regular basis for years and years and for decades, they actually have a premature death. Matter of fact, night shift is now considered as equal to a carcinogen by WHO. So night shift working is definitely will make you die prematurely. Obviously, some of us have to work at times night shift, particularly physicians, nurses, firefighters, many of the factory workers, many of the night shift road workers. Many people have to work night shift. That's just part of life. But if you are working night shift, like I take night calls, I have to be aware. You have to be aware if you're working night shift that predisposes you to premature death. And if that's the case, you should be doing other things out of those 110 things, much more than a person who works in a day shift. That means you should be maintaining a BMI 22, preventing diabetes, preventing heart disease, preventing cancer, watching your sleep when you're sleeping during the daytime, exercising, and all those things. So again, night shift is definitely a premature aging reason. So try to avoid night shift, but obviously if you cannot avoid night shift, do everything in your power to avoid other factors out of 110, what I've been teaching you. Next thing is number 54, is just the reverse all the chronic disease. When I started this lecture, I realized that including myself and many people who are watching this lecture already have some chronic disease. If you want to live 110 years old, it's never too late. Even if you are 50, 60, 70 years old, even if you have many chronic disease, you still can hope to live 110 years. It's never difficult to live 110 years at any age, even if you have chronic disease. The goal here is to reverse all the chronic disease, including high blood pressure, including diabetes, including heart disease, including Alzheimer's disease or dementia, whatever you can reverse the chronic disease, getting off all those medications, stabilizing depression or preventing depression relapses, all those things are very important. So again, reverse and prevent as many chronic disease as possible. Number 55 is having good posture. How you stand, how you sit is very important. Maintaining a right curvature of the spine is very important. That prevents many spine disease, many herniation of the disc, a lot of the other issues, including balance, including loss of back muscles. So maintaining an ideal posture is also very important. And there are various ways of doing it, but just being aware that you need to stand still, stand erect as much as possible with a chest forward and belly inside, and that's the best way you can maintain your posture. Let your family member or let your spouse kind of watch you how you sit, how you stand, and start correcting your posture. Uh, Next thing, number 56 is heart healthy breakfast uh, uh, in the morning and very light and early dinner. How you eat, what kind of food you eat is important, but when you eat is also very important. So having a heavy, healthy breakfast, including oat groats or oatmeal, some green vegetables, some beans, legumes, or lentils in the morning with a plant-based yogurt in the morning, heavy breakfast, and then having a medium lunch and having a very light dinner, mostly of vegetables, would be the ideal way to live 110 years old. So have a heavy, healthy breakfast and have the lightest, most healthy dinner, mostly vegetables in the evening. That's the best way to live 110 years old. Uh, Next is number 57 is water. You should be drinking minimum 64 ounces of water. If you are on a whole food, plant-based, no oil diet, your water requirement is typically not that high, but I still would recommend to drink minimum 64 ounces of water. More water you drink, actually better for you, even though it may not be required for everybody. But people who are meat eaters, people who eat a lot of animal products, people who eat a lot of processed food, which has a very low water content, they should be drinking minimum 64 ounces, preferably even up to 1 gallon of water. So drink adequate amount of water, particularly if you are not whole food, plant-based, no oil diet. But let me keep repeating myself. If you want to live 110 years old, you should be eating 90% of your calories from whole food, plant-based, no oil diet, and only 10% calories from animal products, which should be also healthy animal products, including fat-free milk, grass-fed meat, grass-raised chicken, mercury-free fish, and many other healthy animal products. Definitely no processed food, no processed meat, no processed meat like bacon, salami, hot dog, and all those things actually are shown to be carcinogen, and avoid the processed meat as much as possible. Number 58, that there's a there's a blue zone. One of them is called Sardinia, Italy. The Sardinia has one of the highest male longevity in the world. In Sardinia is an exception where male actually live longer than female in Sardinia. So if you are male and listening this live, listening this segments, then try to mimic to be a Sardinian male. Sardinian male. I always take notes in my phone how I can be a Sardinian male, because traditionally everywhere in the world, female live anywhere 3 to 5 years longer than male. In America, female live 4 years longer than male because of a variety of reasons, including estrogen benefits, including less heart disease, including some of the less risky behavior, less suicides, less depression, less smoking, even less alcohol. So women definitely live 4 years longer in America. Women, I think, live 80 or 80, 81 or 82. Men live 78. But Sardinia is an exception where actually male live slightly longer than female. Many of them live up to 100. And what I have learned about Sardinian male, that they move every hour starting 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning. They go out on the farm. They take a lot of hilly course. They go up and down on the hills. They are busy until 6, 7 in the evening. They take the lunch from home. They eat very healthy, low calorie lunch. They typically do almost like a caloric restriction in the evening. They also have a healthy dinner. They may have a glass of wine. They may eat some dairy, but typically they are busy, active all day. And you can duplicate Sardinian male by moving every hour as many steps as you can, by taking as many stairs as you can. Even if you are at work, stop taking elevator and take stairs, and walk every hour as many steps as you can, both at work and at home, and try to mimic being a Sardinian male, particularly if you are a male. And that's the only way you will live longer than a female. So learn about Sardinia, learn about Sardinian male and why they live longer. I'm going to stop here. Please watch other segments on how to live up to 110 years old. Please watch 18 segments on weight loss. Please watch few segments I've done on depression. I already have finished the series on high blood pressure. So please watch that series on high blood pressure. It's already available on YouTube. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Healthy Living with Dr. Ajay Shah. Have a great afternoon. I'll be back in a few hours. I hope you are enjoying it. Share this episode on your page if you think your family and friends will benefit. And eat healthy, exercise some this Sunday afternoon. Sit in the sun if it's available. Sit in the sauna if you have access to. Spend time with spouse. Spend time with family. Spend time with friends. Meditate and have a most healthy afternoon. See you soon. Thank you.